and then you control.
Okay.
And you need to effectively and efficiently do this in the forward and reverse flow for the storage of goods, services, and information. And you need to balance, you need to look at it from the point of origin through to the point of consumption in order to meet what the customer wants.
Okay.
We went ahead and looked at the elements in logistics management, and we looked at swim tip. And we said swim tip was security, warehousing, inventory, material management or handling, then transport, then information, and then packaging. So we looked at each concept under this.
Yes.
And then we also considered logistics as part of the various areas you would have as far as the value chain is concerned. So we looked at it in the aspect of the operations, inbound, outbound, the HR setting, even the procurement setting and the rest. Then we also looked at the concepts of logistics in totality, right? And in there we talked about the various integrated logistics you can have, the first, second, through to the fourth party, and then the various costs that is associated as part of handling procurement, various costs you are likely to encounter. And then the fact that there was something called pipe inventory, which was actually goods that are in transit. You need to count them as part of your inventory so that you can make total sense of what you really have as far as your logistics setting is concerned. And then we also looked at the various forms of transportation you can have in the delivery of goods, be it road, air, or by sea. Then we also looked at, as an organization, what you should present as a competitive advantage in terms of logistics. And then we looked at the cost focus, differentiation. We look at differentiation focus. And then I think there's a last one. I may have to check my books.
It's cost focus and differentiation focus.
Okay. And then we looked at as an organization, what your strategy is as a corporation, and then what your business strategy should also be, and how these can be linked together, all right, to be able to deliver logistics. And then we looked at the financial impact of logistics on an organization, and how parties need to work hand in hand, because it's not just one party, you need teamwork. Yes. Then we also went ahead to look at various ways of adding technology in logistics, in the identification of your goods. We considered barcoding, EDI. We looked at RFIDs. We looked at e-fulfillments, and then how to even manage your warehouse system.
Yes.
And then transport systems as well. We covered a lot of things, so let me not go too much, since we would be
yes.
having the review.
Exactly. You've done even half of the job. Okay. So I think
and then we also said that as much as
Adia. Hello, Adia.
Please allow Auntie Sarah to flow for us. So we are just leaving it as the second lecture.
Oh, okay. Then Sarah, you continue. You have to continue.
Oh, okay. So we looked at
Auntie Sarah, please flow for us.
We looked at planning and control, and we said in inventory, you must plan and control your inventory as much as possible. It's not just about bringing in goods and services, but you need to plan how they even come, the travel period of your goods, and how you can satisfy your customers to be able to meet their demand. And then in as much as you're handling logistics, there will be various forms of constraints, and you need to consider what method you should use in preventing those constraints or controlling them as much as possible. And then we also realize that there are methods like MRP, MRP2, ERP, BO2, and other things, which can help us plan and control our inventory better or our logistics better, because these are should I say softwares that aid
they are
in the
softwares.
management of the whole logistics, in an organization. So when you have things like ERP in your system, it means that you are able to control and plan your inventory better. And then we also said that in as much as logistics is looking at the forward flow of things, you need to consider the reverse flow of things. After you have received the goods, how do you go about disposing them of, or how do you go about getting them back from your customers such that they can probably return to the originators? Yes, so there are various policies, and since then, frankly speaking, since we finished the lesson 2.4, every package I buy or I am unpacking, whether biscuit or whatever, I try to see if they have such policies. And to my surprise, I really saw them. Some will tell you that this can be recycled. Some will tell you that you need to return it back to the supplier, because it's not something you can just throw away. So these are things, and some will tell you that you can even like reuse it, reuse the item for something else. Yes. So these things are things that really exist within us if we take notice of them.
That's good. Hey, this one there, thumb up. Sarah, let's clap for Auntie Sarah. Let's clap for her. She's done a good job.
We are clapping for her. We are clapping for her.
Yes. Yes, she has done all.
Yeah. I hope it's been recorded, right?
Oh, yes,
Christian.
please. Yes,
Christian.
It's been recorded.
Hello.
Hello, Ajia, I can hear you.
It's been recorded.
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll play it over and over again. Hello. Good. I said we'll play it over and over again.
Okay, that will be fine. That will be very helpful. Yeah. And so let me, I think, look at, I think we also looked at customer service, service measures, because we know that logistics management aims at satisfying the needs of the customer, like Sarah rightly said. Okay, so customers will also measure our customer service performance. So we looked at the RATA model, the measures of service quality. So the RATA model, we looked at the, the net promoter score. Yes, the net promoter score. The super measures. We looked at all these as examples of or measures of customer service or service quality. And we also looked at the vehicle routing problem. You remember when we looked at the vehicle routing problem. It has to do with transportation. And what we looked at had to do with choosing the optimal route. Today, when you pick Bolt or those that are driving, you I don't think you'll be joining Bolt and Uber, but once in a while you may. But you see, when you join a Bolt or you charter a boat, I don't know, for want of a proper word, they would look for the best route. Even today, if you ask Google that I'm going to Awishin, what is the best route? Or the best route? it will tell you if there are traffic somewhere. They will highlight all that. They will tell you that this is the optimum route or the best route that you can use. So that is what the vehicle routing problem usually seeks to address, and it helps organizations to reduce their transportation costs. We looked at that, and we also looked at the forecasting tools, qualitative and quantitative, like Tony rightly said. You know, the moving average, the weighted moving average, the exponential smoothing, and we also looked at some scheduling and planning tools, and even sequencing tools. You remember the Gantt chart, you know, you remember the linear programming, you remember yes, I think there is one that I forgot. The PET, the program evaluation and review technique. These are all planning tools, planning and scheduling tools. Okay. And I think so Sarah has done everything. Has said almost everything that there is to see. Yes. So basically that is it. That is it. And I asked you to master ERP, at least try and gather. I want to see if I can get a set of questions on these softwares, ERP, MRP2, and MRP1, so that at least you can try your hands on them, you know, before you go to the exam. So, but I'm just happy you all have a fair idea of logistics management. I'm impressed. And I know you are all going to pass. Yes, that's my prayer. You are all going to pass. It's going to be quite technical, but you still sail through. All right, so without wasting much time, let's start with the sample questions. Now, see this as a source of additional information. There are certain things we may meet which was not covered. It was not clear in the book, but it's very necessary, and it should serve as an additional information for you. So please, let's take note. Now, we have only 30 questions. 30 questions. So let's see how fast we are able to finish it.
Christian, can you put the questions on WhatsApp as well so that we don't forget after the class?
Oh, okay. I will do that. Let me. think L5M10. Yes. I remember. Okay, sorry. So let's start. I'll send it to both platforms. Oh, Cosmos. All right. Question one. Logistics can be best described as which of the following? Please, you are answering the question. So if your background isn't that noisy, you can unmute. You can unmute so that you can answer the question. So question one. Logistics can best be described as which of the following? Choose one correct answer. Warehouse planning, inventory tracking, supplier management, physical distribution. So I'm waiting for your response for question 1, please.
I'll choose inventory planning.
Inventory planning or tracking? Inventory tracking. Okay. All right.
Sorry, warehouse planning. Sorry.
Warehouse planning. Okay.
I'll choose warehouse planning.
Okay. All right. So warehouse planning. Well, Adia, hey, Tony, you did. I just don't want to be answering the questions. If I do that, we will finish in no time. And the objective for our meeting wouldn't happen. So let's.
Hello.
Yes. Hello, Adia. Okay, Adia.
Please, why are we choosing warehouse planning as the answer?
Oh, we haven't chosen the answer. No.
Okay.
Oh, then if there is, then maybe Sarah will have to justify her choice. But I just want you to choose your option first before we think about which is the correct answer. Okay. So which one are you choosing? Do you agree with warehouse planning, or you choose some other option?
Okay, I want to go for warehouse planning.
Okay, you go for warehouse planning.
Yes, when you look at the elements of inventory, logistics management, we have inventory management, not inventory tracking.
Okay.
We don't have a supplier management, and we don't have physical distribution, but we have an element of warehousing. So basically, I will go for warehouse planning as well.
If you are using the swim tip as yes, then there's distribution, which is transportation. You get it?
Okay.
Logistics is all about, if we summarize it, it's all about materials management and physical distribution. Because goods must move, even in the definition, is the movement of goods from, I don't think warehouse does the movement. It's distribution that does the movement, which is transportation.
Okay.
You get it? So it's the movement of, goods from the point of origin to the point of consumption. So it is physical distribution. Okay, physical distribution. Inventory tracking is part, okay, but it's an element. But when we talk about logistics, the most appropriate phrase that describes logistics is D, is physical distribution. So in level even 4 context, we looked at logistics management somewhere, the difference between logistics and supply chain management in context. And we gave a formula that logistics is equal to materials management plus physical distribution. So warehousing is part of materials management. You are managing materials in the warehouse. Pipeline inventory, you manage it in the pipeline, in transit. Inventory management, and we use technology to do that. Inventory tracking doesn't deliver the goods from point of origin to the point of consumption. Okay, it only gives you visibility and reduces, the risk related to logistic complexity, or some of the goods getting missing in transit and all that. So inventory tracking deals with the information management aspect of logistics. but that doesn't deliver the goods. It's basically physical distribution. So physical distribution plus materials management. We use technology to manage the materials, whether be it in transit, in the warehouse, or wherever.
So, in essence, you're saying summarization, logistics
Yes,
is
materials management and physical distribution.
okay.
So the packaging, packaging is for distribution. Okay, we looked at the logistics reason for packaging. We prepare it for distribution. And we also looked at inventory management, and we manage inventory in the warehouse. Okay, then the warehouse itself, the layout and all that, we use warehouse management system to do that. And it's all because we want to ensure that inventory is properly managed. Then we use technology, information technology to do that. That's why we have the technology bits as the element. So if we summarize it, it's materials management and physical distribution, which is transportation. So warehouse planning is here, inventory tracking, yes, but it's just there to confuse you. They are all elements. A warehouse, yes, you would have to do that, but which of them delivers the goods to the final consumer? Physical distribution. It's purely physical distribution. So that's the most appropriate answer here.
A situation whereby all that apply, assuming with this.
Good. So, if they had said that, which of the following? So choose three that applies to logistics. Then supply management will be out. The rest all apply. You get it? Okay. Warehouse planning, inventory tracking, because that's the technology bit. They all apply. But here you are choosing one. And that's the most appropriate answer. Okay, so question 2. Which of the following are recognized direct benefits of using multimodal transport? Direct benefits of using multimodal transport. I can't
see all your answers, so.
You can't see my answers, eh? Hello, Sarah. Please, can you see now? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, so question 2. Which of the following are recognized direct benefits of using multimodal transportation? Choose 3 correct answers. Multimodal
I'll go for
transportation.
I'll go for ABC.
Reduce
supply. Yeah.
Okay. So A, B, and C. Okay. So who else? So A, B, and C, reduced supply chain risk. Faster total shipping times, improved efficiencies. Okay. All right. So, but what is multimodal transportation in the first place?
It's a means of using multiple transport modes. Let's say when you where it's necessary to use rail, where it's necessary to use air, you use air. When it's necessary to use maybe the ship.
Okay, so
depending
mhm.
on the and that,
I
if you are
think
sending with, I found maybe great road, you have to cross, I think,
yeah, so I
when
think
you get
essentially you are saying using multiple modes of transport,
yes,
basically. And who is using it? Because we have intermodal transport and multimodal transport. Multimodal transport or transportation is usually used by these freight forwarding companies. When you have or when you outsource your shipment to them, they will do the combination of the modes. Okay, they will do the combination of the modes, and that reduces your transport cost. Okay, but intermodal is where you have separate or disparate contract with each manager of the different modes, so that the one who is transporting it from the supplier's country to the port of shipment, you have a separate contract with that driver. And once the goods are delivered at the port of shipment, the contract with him ends. Then you have another contract with the one or the vessel owner who will be shipping the goods from the port of shipment or to the port of destination. That is also another contract, C contract. Then from there, the one who will move it from the port of destination to your premises, you also have another contract with that driver. So you have 3 contracts. 3. That is intermodal. Okay, that is intermodal. But multimodal, means that the multimodal transportation works when you give it to these freight forwarders. They would do the combination of the mode. So you have just one contract, and they will manage the movement of the goods from the suppliers and to your end using the most appropriate modes. And most of them have these contracts. They have very good relationship with the shipping lines and all that, because that's what they do. They combine, or I think DHL also does that. They do a combination of the modes. Where they need to use motor, they will do it to move it. Where they need to use a car and all that. So in the light of this explanation, look at the options and choose the most appropriate answers. Okay. So multimodal transportation, you are not using it. It's a contract. It's in the context of a contract. Having a contract with.
right?
Pardon?
It has been outsourced.
Yes.
And so if an organization outsource its modal intermodals, definitely the risks of maybe doing it themselves will be reduced, or
the risk of doing it themselves.
Yeah, within the supply chain.
Okay.
Whereby the delays in the pipeline, that the pipes will be extended. It's the extended pipeline.
Okay. Okay. Yes. It makes sense. Supply chain risk. Okay. Then you also mentioned faster total shipment times.
Yes, because
total shipment times. Yes.
And program. That means the third party has the expertise to deliver on time
Okay.
to avoid
Delay. Okay. Then improved efficiencies. Yes. Yeah. That is also. It also makes sense. What about better payment terms?
Well, because the question is select 3.
Okay. So all right. Let's use another. I think I think Cosmos hasn't spoken. At least Cosmos. You are welcome. Please, which options are you going for?
Yes, I mean, is it a which question are you doing? Is it a question 1 or 2?
Question 2.
I think I just joined. So.
Oh, okay. So question 2, we are looking at the direct benefits of using multimodal transportation. It means some of the benefits may be indirect. Yeah, some of the benefits may be indirect. So we are looking at the direct benefits. Okay.
I will stick my neck for A.
Okay.
Or C. But I'll go more with A.
Okay. So you are choosing 3. So you are choosing 3 correct answers.
Okay, I'll go A. I'll go for C.
And
I'll go for B as well.
You go for B. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So so A, B, C, just like Tony. So Sarah, do you agree, or you have a contrary view?
So I would choose A. I'll choose F.
It's left with 1.
My line went off.
Oh, okay. So you chose.
So I chose A. I chose A because you are able to reduce the risk. Your risk is minimized.
Okay.
And then F because third parties are handling the multimodal. Hence, where there are strict SLEs made available for them to follow, you're able to get a clearer performance of their SLA measures. That's why I'm choosing F. I don't know whether it's correct, but the reason for which I'm choosing F. And then C because improved efficiencies. These are people who it is their core to do. And since it is their core, they would always look at the most efficient way in the delivering of their services. And that would directly impact your efficiency as well. Okay. So that's why I would choose C.
Okay, that's good. The answers, yes, you can justify all the your choice for their, yes, they are justifiable for all A, B, C, D, E, F. We can justify them all, and we'll be right if it were a constructed response paper. Okay. The direct benefits usually, if you look at reducing supply chain risk, is very broad. Faster total shipping times. If it is slower, it's risk. Goods will not be delivered on time. and that's it's also risk. Improved efficiency, that one stands out. So that's the first you may. So I think almost all of you chose C. And when you outsource, the shipping time is faster. It's faster shipping time because they have agreements with all these owners of the various modes. So they are, and the impact on the environment. You see, so I mentioned at the point that where they need to use motor, they will use it. Where they need to use car, they will use it. So multimodal, those who manage multimodal transportation are very, very, very aware of the impact of transportation on the environment. So they try to lower the impact, the environmental impact on the environment. And that is a direct benefit. Your environmental impact is minimized. Now the rest, clearer performance measures. This one will not, you see, the benefits are usually more of output. Yeah, I think I see them as output, what you get by using multimodal transportation. But the clearer performance measures are before. They could be part of the contract. So you mentioned service level agreement and all that. They are part of the contract. We agree them. They are not really benefit. The benefits are the ones that we have up there, including reducing supply chain risk. But if they are put, it's reducing, let me say, logistics complexity, or which is also part of supply. There are so many supply chain risks. Okay, but this so broad. And choosing it, yes, most people would choose it. Most people would choose it. Most people would choose it. Okay. And even better payment terms. Better payment terms, because you are using these freight forwarders or these users of the multiple modes. The freight charge could be minimal. Okay. It could be minimal. But you are choosing 3 correct answers. Faster total shipment time, which is direct benefit, then improved efficiencies, which is straightforward. Then environmental impact is also minimal. So where they need to use a motor, they don't use a very big truck, to do the movement. And they also use, they use optimization, transport. They optimize their transport. So the vehicle routing problem, they use it to also make sure you get the goods on time. So these are usually the direct benefits. The rest are debated, they are arguable. If it were a constructed response, we will all justify why they are correct. But with the objective response, it's quite difficult to choose all even when they are also eligible choices. Okay, so question 3. Look at question 3. Drag and drop the correct words into the blank spaces to complete the questions relating to the measurement of service quality. So we looked at customer service. How do we measure service quality? And this more of the RATER model of service quality: reliability, assurance, tangibles, empathy, responsiveness. So let's arrange them. Has the service being delivered to the expected standard? Is it reliability or what? I think one person can just pick it and try and feel it. Who may want to give it a try? Hello, Tony. Hello, Tony.
Hello.
Yeah. Would you want to give it a try? Question 3.
Very good. Also, I'll come back.
Okay. Okay. Then someone else. Maybe. Yeah, Cosmos or Sarah. Any of you can give it a try.
Okay, Christian, let me give it a try.
Okay.
Oh, it's very quick. Okay, so has the service been delivered to the expected standard?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for reliability.
Reliability. Okay. Reliability.
Okay, I'll go for reliability. Yes.
Okay.
Then that is for confidence.
Mm-hmm. Then does the organization inspire confidence?
Let me jump this one, go to the third one. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
Is it okay if I do that?
Oh, yes, you are free to use that.
Is the organization staff, its staff and premises presented professionally?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for empathy.
Empathy. Okay.
Wow. Do staff understand customer concerns and issues? Okay, so Crystal, let's do this.
Okay.
Use empathy for the fourth one.
Okay.
Empathy for the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
Then do staff address and resolve queries in good time? You go for responsiveness.
So the staff address
one.
and resolve. Okay. Responsiveness.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are back.
Okay, so is the organization and its staff premises presented professional? That would be tangibles.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Then the last one, the second will be assurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, you are right. So that's the RITA model. You see the arrangement, reliability, assurance, but they can mix it up. Okay. So has the service been delivered to the expected standard, that reliability? Does the organization inspire confidence, assurance? That's assurance. Tangibles. Yes, the organization, its staff, and the way the premises are presented or is presented, it's about tangibles. And do staff understand customer concerns and issues, empathy, and that's it. So you are right. Okay, so question 4. Highly effective logistics can directly create sustainable competitive advantage through which of the following? Choose one correct answer. 1. So highly effective logistics can directly create sustainable competitive advantage through which of the following?
I'll go for lead time.
You go for lead time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That is. I think Tony also agreed, and I think the rest, yes, because that's the objective of logistics, to deliver goods on time to customers. So lead time is a source of competitive advantage, minimizing lead times. Okay. Inventory standardization, stakeholder management, product packaging. It's not a proper source of competitive advantage. A lot more should be done. Now we are filling in the blank spaces. Filling the blank spaces. One person can try it. We are using barcoding, radio frequency identification, and warehouse management. Okay. So I think this time I will allow Sarah to give it a try. Hello, Sarah.
Yes. So in logistics, barcoding is used to aid the identification and location of items by assigning unique number to each item. It is often used as an important element of a warehouse management system, which is essentially a software application designed to support and optimize storage facilities and distribution centers. It is also common now to find radio frequency identification technology used whereby digital data tags and smart labels are used, which are used to transmit data to reading devices.
Perfect. So barcoding, then warehouse management system. Warehouse management system. And radio frequency. Identification. Yes. Okay. So we can move on. The next one is a passage. Yeah. So happy kids. I'll read it slowly. Happy Kids Group manufactures a range of children's toys. Some toys are bought in complete and simply packaged with the HKG branding. Some toys are bought incomplete and simply it doesn't make sense too. Okay, so some toys are bought in complete and simply packaged with HKG branding. Let's take it like that. Whilst others are actually created and manufactured by HKG. It has a range of, so I think a range of toys, components, and packaging materials. In addition to its manufacturing sites, it has a number of warehouses and distribution centers. It uses high volumes of cardboard boxes and packaging and wooden pallets. It also uses a range of different transportation methods. So we are talking about HKG. So they are into packaging, they use various transportation methods as well. Now, it has a newly appointed operation director who has conducted a recent review of operations. The OD is concerned about the inefficiencies in HKG's current approaches to logistics and distribution management because there is too much fragmentation. There is too much fragmentation. So when talk about fragmentation, disintegration, that's the meaning. Okay, so the OD, or the operations director, has commenced a program with the aim of creating a single integrated system for logistics and distribution. Okay, so let's proceed. The operations director has formed a small project team to focus on total costs of logistics with a view to identifying potential savings. The OD is also undertaking a review of customer service following a number of complaints from key customers about late deliveries, damaged products, and rudeness of staff. The OD has already commissioned a study to help gather detailed feedback from customers. The study will gather in-depth views and opinions from 6 customers. The OD has also already implemented a change to improve service delivery to customers. So the question here is, the program introduced by the operations director is known as which of the following? And we read that the OD has formed a small project team to focus on total cost of logistics with a view of identifying potential savings. Yes, and the OD has commenced the program with the aim of creating a single integrated system for logistics and distribution. So, which of these concepts best describes the program initiated by the operations director?
B,
total logistics concept. So it's all about integrating all the parts. So that's why, so the fragmentation tells us what really is happening in the organization. So that is B, total logistics concept. Total logistics concept. The rest don't even make sense. Total quality management, yes, we didn't look at it in logistics. Total productive maintenance. It's also in warehouse. Yeah, I think managing L5M10. Yeah, that's whole life asset management. All right, then question 7. The project team is most likely to investigate which of the following as a priority. Choose the best option. So, inventory carrying costs, HKG overheads, and long-term funding costs. So, we are talking about total costs or total logistic concepts. Choose the best answer or option. The project team is most likely to investigate which of the following as a priority.
A,
inventory carrying costs. Inventory carrying costs. Okay, because here we were given a fair idea of what they hold or they keep. It has a range of toys, components, and packaging materials. It uses high volumes of cardboard boxes and packaging and wooden pallets. And there are a lot of inefficiencies. Okay, so I think A will be okay. Then question 8. The study commissioned by the OD is most likely to be which of the following? So remember, we read they would contact about 6 customers. Yes, yes, yeah. The study will gather in-depth views and opinions from 6 customers. The OD has already implemented a change to improve the service. So the study commissioned by OD is most likely to be which of the following? Pardon?
Focus.
Yes, the focus group. So 6 customers, focus group. And which of the following is most likely to be the change already implemented by the OD? Choose the best option. Is it liquidated damages, payment terms, service level agreement? So we are talking about performance here. So this is change to improve service delivery to customers. So service level agreement. Service level agreement. Okay. All right, question 10. Drag and drop the correct words into the blank spaces to complete the activity about relationships with suppliers and dealing with standards for sustainability. Okay, so who will give it a try? This one is a table, so you fill everything. There is another one. Okay, so please, someone should give it a try.
The process of assigning workloading would be scheduling.
Okay. The process of assigning workloading. Okay, scheduling. Okay.
I think the first one is being answered off. Level scheduling. And the assumption that the
I think okay, I've answered them for you. Okay, so let's see. Let's try. They may be wrong though. So let's give it a try. Okay, so the process for assigning work is scheduling, or you've changed your mind.
Oh, I agree. Okay. The next one will be sequencing.
Okay, so
planning and control
used to prioritize the order in which activities are performed. The order. Okay, that will be sequencing.
Yeah, sequencing.
Okay. Then a detailed timetable used in planning and control. How do you think scheduling will be suitable when we talk about timetable?
Okay, that means if you are going by that means the second one will be loading rather.
Good. The second one will be loading. So we have scheduling. And I know very well that after choosing scheduling for this, when you get here, you definitely review. This one is something that is a process you go through when you are answering questions. So it's normal. It's normal. So here, scheduling, then this one will be loading. Process of assigning work. And we looked at finite and infinite loading. Yes, finite looks at the capacity of the work center. So they look at your design capacity and your effective capacity to assign work or tasks to you. But with the infinite capacity, we don't even look at your capacity. So Madam Sarah will be working and working and working and working and work. Whether she can work for 10 hours or not, we don't care. We keep pushing the task to her. That's infinite loading. Okay, then the assumption that the mix and volume of activity will even out over time, even out. So it's about leveling. So level, even if you don't know, you don't have any idea. If you're able to get the last three, this one will cater for itself. You're able to get, if you're able to get the last three correct, and you are sure of the answers, the first one will be catered for. Then question 11. Yes, question 11. Oh, you can, if your background isn't that noisy, you can unmute so that we all answer the question. I think that will make it easier for you instead of muting and unmuting, muting and unmuting. You can just unmute so that we can answer the questions. Okay. So question 11. Dash relates. We are using control, planning, and demand. Dash relates to formalizing the activities that need to happen in the future. What is it?
Planning.
Planning, okay. Planning. Dash, in contrast, involves monitoring those activities to identify and deal with any variations in what was expected to happen.
Control.
Okay, so control. Control. All right. And the last one will be demand automatically.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is a source of additional information. So we are dealing with capacity planning. So drag and drop the stages of capacity planning in the correct order. Start with the first at the top. So in planning capacity, what do? We have analyze capacity and estimate capacity or demand gap. Turn demand forecast into capacity requirements. Implement, then monitor and control. This one sounds like something that should be at the bottom, right? Develop a forecast of likely future demand. Develop plans to align capacity and demand. Create an accurate monthly forecast. Okay. So someone can do the ordering for us.
The D will be 1.
Turn demand forecast into capacity requirements.
Develop a forecast of likely future demand.
So those one, B first.
No, D, yeah, D.
D should be first, eh? Okay, so D. Develop a forecast of likely future demand. Okay, so we are planning ahead. Okay, so after developing the forecast, what do we do?
You
B.
turn the demand forecast.
Okay. We turn demand forecast into capacity requirements. Okay. Okay. Then
I think you
Pardon?
Planning, develop plan to align capacity demand.
Okay. So analyze capacity. Okay. What did you just? Which one did you just choose? After turning demand forecast into capacity requirements. So let me highlight those ones that we've chosen already. Yes, we've chosen these two. Okay. So what do we do next?
You analyze capacity and estimate capacity.
Okay. Right. So estimate capacity and demand gap. Okay. Then what do we do?
You create an accurate monthly forecast.
Okay. So you create an accurate monthly forecast before we develop plans to align capacity and demand. I think, okay. So this is catered for. Now what do we do?
Capacity and demand.
We do what?
Develop plans to align capacity and demand.
Okay. Develop plans to align capacity and demand. Okay, then implement, then monitor and control. Right. So the order isn't wrong. The order is isn't bad. Yes, the first one, which is develop a forecast of likely future demand. That comes first. Then before we turn demand forecast into capacity requirements, there should be a forecast. Because what's the forecast? There should be a monthly forecast first. So we first have to create a monthly forecast before we turn it into demand forecast. Okay, so implementing is correct. Developing plans to align capacity demand, that is also correct at its position. But I think the issue has to do with the second, third, and the fourth. Okay, so this one should rather be here. We turn demand forecast, then this one goes here. Create an accurate monthly forecast. Develop a forecast of likely future demand. Create an accurate monthly forecast. Turn demand forecast into capacity requirements. Then analyze capacity and estimate capacity and demand gap. Then develop plans to align capacity and demand and implement. Okay, so that's the correct order. Yes, when we were answering it. So kindly take note as a source of information. It's an additional source of information. It's not in the book like that. Yes. So kindly take note. That was why I mentioned earlier that this document is an additional source of information. So you may when you see it in the exam, so you should know the order. Okay, so see it as an additional source of information. All right, then we can move on. Which of the following are direct benefits of ERP? Direct benefits of ERP. Choose 4 correct answers.
I'll go for A.
Okay. Eliminate internal and external risk. So you go for A.
Still, no attempt on target for Tottenham.
I'll go for visibility of the
cross-functional visibility of activities. Okay.
Yes. Integrate. So we are selecting 4.
Yes, you are selecting 4, so only one will be out.
Okay.
There's F, so 2 will be out.
Oh, sorry. There is F, yes, so it's 2.
I'll go for the E. Can integrate the whole supply chain.
The whole supply chain. Okay. ERP. Okay, so which one should we take out? So the 2. Choose 2 that do not apply.
F is out.
I think that would be better.
F is out.
F is out, eh?
The support F is out automatically. Yeah.
Okay, but when you talk about legacy systems, you have a fair idea. Ease of integration with existing legacy system. Now the legacy systems. In this context, we are looking at MRP 1, MRP 2. Yes, they are usually legacy systems. Okay, and here we are talking about ERP integrating with existing legacy systems. Usually ERP has the capacity to do what this MRP1 and MRP2 does. It's an advanced software that has the benefits one can derive from MRP1 and MRP2. So it comes as a whole. It doesn't integrate with MRP and MRP2. No, it has inbuilt capacity to perform what MRP1 and MRP2 can do. So integration doesn't work. Then can integrate, so that one will be out. Okay. Eliminate internal and external risk. There are a lot of external risks. So external risks like political risk, economic risk, technological risk. Does ERP eliminate all these? I'm asking you.
No, I think I wanted to raise that because
There
are a lot of risks involved.
There are a lot of risks. It doesn't eliminate all these risks. No. So we can take that out and F. So the ones in the middle will be okay. Yes. It enhances communication with key business partners, can integrate the whole supply chain, yes, support efficiency gains for all parts of the business. Okay, then question 14. Customer returns, chapter 2.4. Yes, learning outcome 2.4. Customer returns directly result in which of the following challenges for organizations? Choose 3 correct answers. Customer returns. We looked at challenges for organizations, challenges for the household as well. So, yes, choose 3 correct answers. Customer returns.
Go for additional costs.
Additional costs.
Client dissatisfaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Client dissatisfaction. Yes, that is the reason they are returning it. Then
I'll go for administrative efforts.
Administrative efforts. Yes. Okay. All right. So reduced inventory holding. It does it. Doesn't when customers are returning the goods, does it? Reduce it, rather increases. Then systems integration. Yes, it's not a challenge, really. Increased vehicle fleet. Increased vehicle fleet. So you are able to increase the number of vehicles you use or to collect these returned products or items by customers. So additional costs, because we know the cost of getting these goods back to the organization is higher than the cost of even distributing them. Administrative efforts. Even when you receive, yes, even the return policy, right? It requires, some people at that end to receive the goods that have been returned and take it through the appropriate procedure. So it requires an administrative effort ensuring that the goods get back to the manufacturer. Then clients would also be dissatisfied. Yes, that's the reason they may return the goods. Okay. Which of the following is most likely to cause changes in demand throughout the year for a clothing manufacturer? Which of the following is most likely to cause changes in demand throughout the year for a clothing manufacturer? Choose one correct answer. Oh, okay. The weather. Okay. All right. Then question 16. Operations should work the most closely with which of the following other business function in order to undertake effective capacity planning? Sales and marketing, human resource. Sales and marketing. Yes, so operations, sales, and marketing. Okay. For sales and marketing. Then which of the following is the most effective measure of capacity? Is the most effective measure of capacity? Choose one correct answer. Organizational headcount, availability of potential new recruits, number of current vacant positions, available machine hours per week.
I think I'll go for organizational headcount.
Okay. Is it a measure of capacity?
Available machine hours per week.
Yes, that measures capacity accurately. So you said most effective measure of capacity. So give organizational headcount, availability of potential new recruits, number of current vacant positions. To confuse you. Available machine hours per week. That's the capacity. It's an effective measure of capacity. Okay, so let's take note. I think if you look at the performance indicators for capacity planning, you'll see some of them there. Okay, which of the following is the best example of inventory data? Choose one correct answer. Inventory data. Binary line item, pallet dimensions, stock code, warehouse layout.
I think binary line item.
Okay.
Stock
Who
code.
else? Usually
Stock
stock
code.
code. Stock code is the best example of inventory data. You know. So then we can look at question 19. Ineffective customer return policies can directly lead to which of the following risks? Ineffective customer return policies can directly lead to which of the following risks? This one. Okay, reputational risk. All right. So if customers return the goods and you don't manage them effectively, it becomes a problem. Your reputation will be affected. Question 20, capacity planning within, yes.
Go back to that question, but that question is a little bit tricky. Because
okay, you were thinking of financial.
Yeah, because if somebody thinks financial, they can justify, because before even the reputational comes in, the company might already be losing. Because in a day, if I'm assuming we're able to make sales of 10,000 Ghana cedis, and people start returning within a week, I'm sure the sales might go down. Because
Yes.
mostly the reputational will go out when probably it becomes continuous for not, with reputational, they're not happy within a day or two.
Yeah.
People start spreading it maybe like a month. I'm just guessing, maybe a month. But
Yeah.
the financial, you feel it then that same day, maybe the next day.
Uh-huh.
So it's a little bit tricky, genuinely. If somebody goes for financial and the person should be right, marked right, because I know the financial is direct, because if I lose 100 cities today, it's financial loss to the company before
Yeah.
the reputation even comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. Just that we can only choose one correct answer. Ineffective customer return policies can directly lead to which of the following risk? Directly. Okay. And some of the return policies are very. Have you ever read a return policy where goods can only be returned in 2 days or 3 days? They give you very short window to return the goods when you realize they are not fit for purpose. And even when you return them, the way you are treated and all that, sometimes you go through a lot of stress. It's when you are going out, you are going to share that bad news. Okay, you are going to tell others that this company has very bad return policies. Even when I returned the product, the way they treated me or they handled me wasn't the best. It was as if they didn't want to take it, and even the way they spoke to me, I didn't like it and all that. When you do that, it affects the reputation of the organizations directly. What you are saying, the financial, will not be direct. It will be indirect, even though, yes, I agree. But thinking of it, you'd realize that potential sales that will have been made will be lost. And that affects the financial aspect of the organization, potentially. Get it? Potential sales will be lost. I think that's the argument that you made. But the reputation of the organization, once you spread the news that the organization isn't treating or didn't treat you or doesn't have very good return policies and all that, it's the reputation, the respect people have for that organization will go down, and they may choose not to buy from, such an organization. Okay. And once they spoil your name, you cannot make money anymore. I don't know if you will get my argument. When you lose your reputation, your sales will reduce. And even your value will reduce. That's why even most organizations that are highly reputable in company valuations, if a company that has high reputation is more expensive, if that company should be sold now, the value is so high. But the one that has low reputation, the value isn't that high. It's very low. Okay, so I don't know if you agree with me. When you lose your reputation, it affects potential sales. So your argument, I think it's for potential sales, which affects the financial aspects of the organization. I don't know if you understand my point.
Yeah, I get you, but let's continue. Probably if I'm in the class, probably I would have more points.
It's quite unfortunate. And one thing about SIPs is that they usually don't feed you back on the choice of your answers. So that, for example, if you chose reputation and they marked you wrong, they won't tell you the reason why financial is correct. Okay. They won't tell you the reason why financial is the most appropriate answer, but they will say you are wrong. you didn't get the correct answer. And that's the challenge. That's the challenge. You know, but it's manageable. It's manageable. They won't justify for you. And they won't even give you the reason to explain. Yes, they won't give you the opportunity. So question 20, capacity planning within logistics management will be influenced by most of, or would be influenced the most by, yes, would be influenced the most by available resources, competitor activities, customer locations, management knowledge.
Available resource.
Okay, available resources. Okay, question 21. Question 21. IMP Co Group is a large retailer which imports most of the products it sells from overseas. Its operations director is concerned about the increasing costs of logistics and is considering different options. One of which is the use of multimodal transportation. What might be a benefit to ICG of adopting such an approach? I think we've looked at a similar question before on multimodal transportation. So, okay, which of the following will be the benefits? So, yes. So I remember less import formality and documentation, faster total shipments. Yes, like Sarah mentioned. Okay.
But this person we looked at, they were asking of direct benefit. But
yes. So what might be a benefit to ICG of adopting such an approach? So if you look at the rest, which one will be the most appropriate? Lower need for working capital finance, less import formality and documentation, reduced supply chain risk. So you may want to go for reduced supply chain risk. Right. Or
is it 2 or 1?
It's only one. So it's only one. So what might be a benefit? One. Okay, so I think we can move on. Question 22. The new logistics manager at Safe Freight Group has been given the task to improve SFG's planning and control. They have already reviewed SFG's capacity and likely future demand and have created a spreadsheet showing all of the required activities. Their next task is to prioritize the order in which activities should be performed. This is known as
Order is sequencing.
Okay, order is sequencing. 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 Okay. Forecasting demand is challenging in business to consumer markets, in business to consumer markets. Which of the following are most likely to impact demand? Which of the following are most likely to impact demand? Okay, so demand and supply, at least basic economics.
And can we have the answer in the question all on one sheet? I'm trying to make sense.
Okay. Let's see. Let me. All right.
Okay.
So factors that influence demand.
Yeah, I think seasonality is one. I was even thinking about seasonality and delivery efficiency, but I don't see any 1 and 4. So I will go for disposable income.
Okay.
Basically, disposable income is basically how much the customers have at the
Okay.
buy.
Okay. Yeah.
If I have more money
Yes.
to buy items, so why not? I'll go and buy it.
Yeah.
So 1 and 2.
Okay. So do you agree? Or you have a contrary view? In fact, if you have chosen one, maybe seasonality, you have 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and 3, which is packaging. You may not choose that. So this is just about demand, factors that influence demand. So seasonality. Yes, there's a time where demand increases and a time where demand decreases. The season, rainy season, demand for umbrellas increase. But in dry seasons, we don't demand for umbrellas. Our demand for umbrella is low. Disposable income, like Cosmos rightly explained, also influence demand. So 1 and 2 only will be correct. Then question 24, high levels of customer returns will directly lead to which of the following? I think we've answered something like question like this before.
3 and 4.
Okay, so 3 and 4. Yes, we chose administrative costs and clients, satisfaction. Okay. Question 25. In manufacturing, a bill of materials will show each individual component part used within the finished product. Is it true? Does bill of material show each individual component part used within the finished product? Is that statement correct?
No.
Okay. What is bill of materials then?
I think the bill of material give account of all components that are needed in production. So the tie, the door, the highlight, the mirror.
Yes, so that's the bill of materials. If you are building a house, the number of cement bags you would need, iron rods, the strips of sand you need, the nails you would need, the wood or wire boards you'll be buying and all that. They are all going to be used for the building. So, yes, it shows.
Yeah, I think a packing list is more detailed than a bill of material.
This one is it's used in the context of software, which is MRP. Okay. So let's look at it in that context. Okay. Then so all the individual components, parts used within the finished product is That's what we are talking about. So you agree with me that it's true. So if it is true, then yes, okay. So if it is yes, then we have only two options, B and C. So yes, it will be used instead of the specification when going out to tender. We use bill of materials instead of specification when going out to tender.
No.
Then yes, it is a list of component parts required to make up the total product.
Yes.
Yes, good. So C will be, the most appropriate response. Then question 26. Okay, I think it's clear here. There's no overlap. Okay. So question 26. A manufacturer has both available inventory and excess capacity. Would smoothing be useful for this organization? So smoothing, you remember the exponential smoothing technique. And when we talk about smoothing, it's all about leveling. It's just like leveling, or evening out. So a manufacturer has both available inventory and excess capacity. Would smoothing be useful for this organization? And one may ask, hey, what is smoothing? Okay. So that was what I just explained. It's all about balancing available inventory and excess capacity. So smoothing, yes, smoothing will be useful, but it would need to buy more inventory to do so. It would utilize both excess inventory and capacity. Excess inventory and capacity. So that's the smoothing balances the two. Okay. So usually that is what happens. No, because this would increase its fixed cost as in campaign. No, the excess capacity must be used to fulfill known orders. So our answer will be yes. It would utilize. Oh, Aja, you were preparing some soup, eh?
Yes. We didn't have soup. The one was struggling.
Oh, sorry.
I was listening from Tony's phone.
Oh, okay. Oh, the network.
It's the network, my problem.
The network. Oh. Hey, then I think you should get a MiFi going forward because
okay, I hear.
It's frustrating sometimes. And it disturbs me even more.
I even have headache cramp because I haven't been able to connect to it.
Oh, so sorry.
I hear.
It hurts me more because
I've lost all that, so I'm now joining from.
So don't worry. The video will be available. If you listen to it and you have any issues,
all right,
sort it out. Okay, question 27. The use of an enterprise resource planning system by a large organization will achieve which three of the following benefits as a direct consequence? Okay, so 3 benefits of using ERP.
1, it will streamline processes.
Okay, streamline processes.
It gives more accurate forecasting.
Okay, more accurate forecasting.
And interdepartment collaboration.
Interdepartment collaboration.
Yes.
Okay, low cost of investment. Is it a benefit?
No.
Okay, stakeholder reduction.
No.
New client acquisition. These
No.
actually don't even make sense. Yeah. So I think that is it. Streamlining processes, more accurate forecasting, and department collaboration. Then 28, major international logistic group has invested heavily over the years in state-of-the-art systems and technology, and has created a recognized market leading force in logistics. It has won numerous consumer service awards and many accolades from satisfied customers. There has been a recent research study published by a leading university. The study has involved extensive data gathering from a wide range of consumers within MILG's markets. It has also included a benchmarking study, which has MILG in first place across all aspects of customer satisfaction. During the year in focus of the study, MILG is most likely to have performed well in which of the following? I'll read it again. Major international logistics group, or MILG, MILG, I'll use MILG. MILG has invested heavily over the years in state-of-the-art systems and technology, and has created a recognized market-leading force in logistics. It has won numerous customer service awards and many accolades from satisfied customers. There has been a recent research study published by a leading university. The study has involved extensive data gathering from a wide range of consumers within MILG's market. It has also included a benchmarking study, which has MILG in first place across all aspects of customer satisfaction. During the year in focus of the study, MILG is most likely to have performed well in which of the following? Okay. So reduce lead times. Okay. And what?
More on-time deliveries.
More on-time delivery. So 1 and 3 only. Okay.
Can we refer to the statements and know where we can make reference to the answers?
Oh, okay. So it's all about customer satisfaction. As a customer, which of the following will satisfy you the most?
No, sometimes there might be a statement within
yeah, but in this
scenario given.
In this scenario, I think the emphasis is on customer satisfaction and the accolades the organization has won for itself. Okay, it means it's able to better satisfy its customers. Okay, so they are asking us that which of the following do we think may have influenced customer satisfaction? Okay, so reduce lead times and more on-time deliveries. I think every customer will be.
When I was looking at the person, I was trying to pinpoint exactly the statements that the more on-time delivery, where I can get a statement that would at least narrow your mind to the answers available.
It's true. This time they didn't give you any clue. Like we did,
clue, right?
Yes. You remember HKG? Where we looked at the total cost. Okay. We looked at total logistic concept. In that passage, or in that case, there are traces. At least you can find a few statements. This one, there are no traces. There are no traces. Okay, so our last but one question. Question 29, and you will always have this portion. Yeah, so what we are doing is that we are matching. Yes, technology use and service dimension. So we know that service dimensions. When we read it, we will note. So a global business operates a number of separate, wholly owned subsidiary companies. The parent company places an emphasis on customer service and commissions an annual survey to ensure customer satisfaction remains high. Here are the results together with some additional information about each company's use of technology. So yes, we have the technologies here. I think we have barcoding, integrated supply chain, radio frequency, warehouse management, and the service dimensions. So the service dimensions, we know them, the RATA model, the same as the RATA model. So let's take note. The reliability, responsiveness, empathy, assurance, they are the ones we are looking at. So company company 1 has a consistently high rating for always delivering service to the expected standard. Which service measure is this? Is it responsiveness, reliability? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, this company uses a technique to aid the identification and location of items by assigning a unique number to each item.
That's barcode.
That's barcode. Okay, so that is it. Then company 2 performs the strongest in inspiring confidence in its abilities with its customers. Which service dimension is that?
Assurance.
Assurance. So inspiring confidence in its abilities with its customers. That's assurance. Okay. Then it operates a software application designed to support and optimize storage facilities and distribution centers. So we have warehouse management systems, even without the options. That's good. I love that. Company 3 has the best staff at demonstrating that they really understand customer concerns and issues. So which service dimension is that?
Empathy.
Empathy, understanding customers' concerns and issues. It uses specific technology whereby digital data tags or smart labels are used, which are in turn used to transmit data to reading devices.
Radio frequency.
Radio frequency. Okay, then the last one. Company 4 has scored the highest because customers believe its staff always address and resolve queries in good time. In good time. Which service dimension is that?
Responsiveness.
Responsiveness. Perfect. One of the reasons. Yes. Okay, so one of the reasons. Correct. So that is the most appropriate answer, responsiveness. One of the reasons its staff can resolve queries so quickly is because the company is fully connected to every single party and intermediary from the raw materials to delivery to the company's factories and distribution centers. So we have I think the only option left is integrated supply chain. Yes, so this is a perfect description of integrated supply chain. Integrated supply chain. Then you will do this and send it to me. Question 30. You'll have to answer it and send it to me. You know, if a supply chain practitioner wants to minimize transportation costs, what are the optimal quantities between suppliers and retailers? Use the following business case and formulate it in Excel solver. In this case, the suppliers have sufficient amount of materials to satisfy demand, although the number of retailers exceeds the number of suppliers. So you just ignore these ones. What is important here is transportation costs. That's the priority. That's the objective of this question. Okay. So you have supplier A, B, and C, retailers D, E, and F. Okay. So try and get us the optimum demand or the optimum transportation cost. And here you have the suppliers. You have the retailers. In the book, we looked at suppliers and location. Okay. So suppliers and location. But here is suppliers and retailers. So it's just like the location. It's the same. Okay. So supplier A, supplier B, supplier C. We are all looking at them supplying to these 4 retailers. Retailer D, E, I think the retailer should even change. Just that we don't want to mix the A, B, and C with the retailers. Okay, so let's maintain the D, E, and F chain for the retailers. So you try your hands on it and let's get the optimum cost, for transportation. So that's basically it for logistics. Our meeting shouldn't end yet. Keep engaging me till you write your papers. If you don't understand anything, just let me know. And my prayer is for you to pass the paper and ensure that you are adequately prepared before the day. Thanks for your time. I will share the recording as soon as possible so that you can listen to it again.
Steve, kindly share the question. Send it to me again because I was lost from the beginning.
No, I will send everything, including my rickety slides.
Okay.
I'll send all the documents that you need. So okay. Don't worry. Okay. All right. So thanks for your time. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your time and your cooperation.
Okay. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.